Hi, this is Tim Campbell, the Winnipeg Free Press sports staff. I'm here with Gary Lawless, our columnist, Jerrard Peters, our soccer expert, and we're here at Investors Group Field getting ready for Friday's matches. It's been an interesting and kind of an exciting week here for the World Cup women's soccer. Gary, your first impressions of the week so far? We've only seen 2 games to this point, but your impressions so far?
Well, I think that once you get in the stadium, this is one of the coolest cultural events, sporting events Winnipeg's ever seen. I think they've done a terrible job of making it a citywide adventure. You know, there are little pockets around town where you can catch people, but they needed a festival. They needed an area where people could go after games and have fun and be together. And it's just, it's been way too spread out. It's a big city. And there's little pockets here and there. You know, I guess if you wanted to go hang out at Barley Brothers all week long and eat the same food every day, you could be part of the American Outlaws experience. But if you wanted to find the Nigerians, or if you wanted to find the Swedes or the Aussies or whoever was out there, basically, you know, I was at my cottage yesterday doing some work and went into the local cafe, and there were 5 fans there. So they got out to see what was around, but there was no main drawing card for them other than the stadium. So I think the soccer has been great, and inside, a real cool cultural experience, but a real big missed opportunity for the city of Winnipeg to host the World.
Jerrard, what's got you jacked up so far about this tournament, first week and a little bit here in Winnipeg that everyone's been here?
I think the Nigerians were a really pleasant surprise. We had the brass band that we were talking during the game. They didn't take a break until halftime. They kept playing and playing. The team came out and played really strong after struggling in the first half and giving up some really, really poor set-piece goals. The way they fought back, I thought, was impressive. The physicality of the United States and Australia in the first game was good. I like the way the Americans responded. I think in that game today we're going to see a very tentative start to the game. Sweden have a lot to lose from this. It's going to be a little bit iffy. The early kind of team news coming out of that is Abby Wambach is not guaranteed to start today. There is a feeling that she may start on the bench with Press, LaRue, and Heath up front. That's a rumor. We'll see what happens at about 6 o'clock when the team sheets come out.
So sorry, Gary.
Well, that's fascinating because, you know, basically Pia Sundhage, who coached the American team, is still coaching the American teams. She told the New York Times this week that if she was still coaching the U.S., Wambach would be the sub, a super sub, but would be a sub. And we saw that on Monday night. She's slow. She's not the player she once was. And they've got a team. All they did was, it was one long ball after another on offense. And if they do that to the Swedes, who can run, I think they'll be in trouble. It's going to be a hockey game today, Tim. Pia Sundhage told me, she said, our defense will be our possession. We want to hold the ball, puck possession. She wants her players to have good Corsi.
I'm leaving right now. We have only seen 4 teams here at Investors Group Field so far, but there are 6 more yet to make an appearance for games here on Monday or Tuesday. Jerrard, I'm wondering, you're a man with a wealth of knowledge in the world of football and soccer. What are you looking forward to on Monday or Tuesday of the teams we have not seen so far?
Well, obviously Germany and Japan were 2 big draws coming into this tournament. That they're coming to Winnipeg just gives us 2 more world champions, previous world champions that have been here. Japan are the tournament holders. They'll play Ecuador. Ecuador played today. They got shellacked by Cameroon in their first game, so we could see some goals in that one. And Germany will be playing Thailand when they're here. They had a really tough time against Norway after shellacking Ivory Coast. So we could see some goals in that as well. The downside maybe is Germany could rest some starters in that game if their fate is sealed. But to see 2 former world champions in town will be a treat.
This is one of the things when we got our schedule, we're like, oh, we don't get Canada. But we got everybody else.
We have 4 world champions, the only city that can say that.
Yeah, the draw in Winnipeg for fans has been the best. The group of death, or whatever you want to call it, it's like Jerrard just said, 4 world champions. Every day there's been a reason or a team to come and see here. Great for Edmonton that they got the Canadians, but I think Winnipeg by far got the best draw.
Well, without a doubt, since they arrived here last week, the Americans have had news following and swirling around them. Have you enjoyed the traveling circus that goes along with the team?
Well, it's interesting, you know, when they arrived with Hope Solo in tow. I'm not a big soccer guy, and, you know, I wasn't going to be the guy that wrote the column, why is Hope Solo playing? Because if Hope Solo was in the NFL or the NHL, the new NFL and new NHL, she is, you know, has not resolved her domestic abuse charges. She's still before the courts. We know in the NFL that means you don't play. We know in the NHL, ask Slava Voinov, you don't play for a long time. Well, there she was on the field on Monday. Well, and in today's USA Today, Christine Brennan stood up to the plate and took her cuts and said Hope Solo shouldn't be playing, and USA Soccer is a do-nothing outfit for not having, and I would say FIFA is right there with it, for not having made a decision on a player who is, look, we've made this decision in North America in our sports. You beat somebody up in your family, you don't play until it's solved, or if you're arrested for allegedly beating up someone in your family, you don't play until it's resolved. Hope Solo will be on the field for Team USA in Winnipeg in Canada tonight.
Gary, Jerrard, thanks so much. You'll be able to find all our coverage on winnipegfreepress.com and in the Winnipeg Free Press for the rest of the World Cup.